Okay, so here we're going to kind of review the test, and we're going to review from the study guide that has kind of every question that is going to be on the test. So this is very similar to the test. We're going to go over every single type of question that you can see on the test, and this is going to be the first page. So I'm going to break it up by pages just to make it a little bit easier for you to figure out what you want to review and where it's at. So when I look at this first problem, I know that I want to graph this quadratic. And the nice part about this one is they give me a lot of information. Like each of these numbers represents something the quadratic's doing. That -4 represents the up and down, so it's saying down by 4. The 3 represents how much left and right it goes, and it's always opposite, so this is right 3. And the 2 is my slope between my vertex and the first 2 points. So my slope here is 2/1. So we're going to graph all of those points. So we're going to go down 4, which is right there. Then we're going to go to the right 3, which will put us right here. So that's my starting point. Then I'm going to use my slope to find the next 2 points. So I'm going to go up 2 and over 1 right there. And then I'm going to go up 2 and over 1 right there. And this would be the graph of this quadratic. So again, use what you know about transformations to find the first 2 points. Let's do the next problem. For this problem, what I need to find is I need to find the start point, which is the vertex, and I need to find the slope. Well, I know what the slope is because that's the number in front of my x squared, and my slope for this one is 1. So that's my slope. That's what I need to graph. Now I need to find my start point. So if I want to find my start point, what I need to do is I need to find the vertex. And how you find the vertex in standard form is we use our formula (b/2a), and we find that start point. So our b value is 4, so we're going to do (-4) over 2a, which 2 times a is 1, so that's 2, so we're going to end up getting (-2). This is the x value, and then for my start point I also need a y value. So how I find a y value is I take this x value and I plug it into here. When I plug that into there, I'm going to get (-2 squared plus 4 times (-2) plus 2, if I remember that right. Yep. And then from there, we're going to get 4 minus 8 plus 2, which all of that's going to equal (-2). So we know our start point is at (-2, (-2), and our slope is 1. So I'm going to go left 2 and down 2 and plot my point right there. Then I'm going to use my slope of 1 and 1 and plot those points right there and draw my U shape. Okay? So again, if you have something in standard form, you need to find the start point and then the slope. Let's try the next one. In this one again, I need to find the start point and the slope. And so when I look at this, we know, again, we can find the slope very easily. The slope is 2, because it's always the number in front of our x squared, so our slope is 2. To find the start point, again, we're going to do (-b/2a). My b value here is nothing because I don't have an x value, so my b value is 0. And then my a value is 2, so we're going to have 2 times 2. So 0 over 4, and that's equal to 0, so my x value is 0. And we find a y value by plugging this in again, which if you plug that in, you get 2 times 0 squared plus 2. And 0 squared is 0, and 2 times 0 is 0, so this is just going to end up being a 2. And so then we plot this point, so 0, 2 is right there. And then my slope is up 2 over 1, so right there, and up 2 over 1 right there. And then we get this nice U shape. Okay. So make sure when you're doing this, you always find your start and you always find your slope. Let's do the next problem. So this is the last problem on the first page. And so again, this one I think is pretty easy because they give us the graph, and so we get to get all the information. It says find the vertex and axis of symmetry. So my vertex, whoops, if I had my pen, my vertex is right there at the bottom, and that looks to be 2 and down 9. So my vertex is 2, -9. My axis of symmetry is the number that cuts this graph in half, which is straight down this line, because you can see that that's going to cut it in half. So what number cuts it in half? Well, that looks to be 2. You'll notice that these are the same, and they should be. Now we need to write this in vertex form. And vertex form, again, is y equals, and then we put our slope, x, and then we put our x value squared, plus, and then we put our y value. So in this case, we'd say y equals, and if I'm looking for my slope, it looks like I go up 1, 2, and over 2. So we're going to say we have the slope of 2 over 2. And then we'll have x. I'm going to go to the right 2. So going to the right 2, we're always opposite here, so that's -2 squared. And then we have to find our y value, so we go all the way down, and our y value is -9. So this would be the formula for my equation. Now we're going to look for if this thing has a min or a max. Well, obviously its lowest point is a min, and the value of that is -9, because it's 9 down. Okay. This is the first page. I'm going to save this video, and this will be the first part of the video. And then we're going to have a video for the second page, the third page, and the fourth page. So just make sure, as you're watching through these things, make sure you're understanding what you missed the first time. If you don't, please ask. The whole point of this is to figure out what I didn't know how to do so that the next time I do this type of problem, it's a lot easier.